now National Conference. So the annual conference is on the 24th of June. This has been proposed by the councillor in that the council agrees to fund one delegate place for the clerk to attend the conference with a conference ticket of £85 paid by the council, and that any travel or accommodation costs will be met by the clerk personally. Councillors may attend the conference, however, any councillor attendance would be self-funded with tickets purchased individually.
I think it's nonsense as far as I'm concerned. It's the NALC National Conference. If I was going to a national conference, I'd expect you to pay me the ticket, and I'd have a ticket for the train, London and back. Because it finishes at 4 o'clock.
You can't bankrupt anymore. You can't bankrupt a bit more.
I'm sure you've covered it. I would just propose that we don't have the situation where you set a precedence where we start having to pay our own travelling to court.
Oh, I see.
That's what we do.
But this is to the event. If councillors choose to go to it, they pay everything themselves. The travel, the hotel.
We don't have to.
No, but let's go back to your question about the budget. How
My
financially sound are
question
we?
is the
If I want to
minimum.
go, I'll pay me 85 quid.
If you want, if we wanted you to go, you wouldn't have to pay the 85 quid.
We don't want us to go.
Oh, okay.
Therefore,
I'll take it back then. But if the council did want you to go, then you should pay.
but I think it's something
Travelling
that's,
to
I think it's something that's very relevant to the
Because-
clerk to go
Yeah, I
to.
think this is what you're
Because
missing.
this is you know, it's a get everything in one day network connect.
I must say that I think Councillor you're right. You know, if you want to go in for the, which everybody complaining about what they don't be trained and all done this. I might as well send all the council pay the money. We pay the money as a council.
You can send me on a jolly then, will you?
No, Mr. Lee, I don't think you want to go anywhere. You want to go at the moment, learn about the playing field, right? So that's experience.
Councillor, did you want to say something?
Anyway.
So I just thinking maybe it was relevant for you to go.
You're going anywhere, are
It's
you?
too honest with you to say.
I'm
Not yet.
No.
Do you want to go?
Of course you want to go.
Well, that's,
No, do we wanted to go?
No, I propose,
Yeah, I think so.
we
Yeah.
ask the clerk.
do you think you'd benefit from it?
I mean, any conference is beneficial. This one is heavily on like the local government or reorganisation and how we're dealing with that, and financial regulations and the changes in that, and
Well, you
session
definitely need to
10.
go, don't you?
Yeah,
So
if you're willing.
it's
She'll
topics
present
that
when
are
she comes
current
back
at the minute,
Mm.
and stuff that's changing within councils.
Can I propose my proposal? Sorry, can I propose
Yeah.
the proposal then? Would you like me to read it all out? Or?
No, I'll second
Okay,
that.
if she goes, we pay the 85 quid, but how she gets there, where she stays, is her own business. If any
I'll
of the rest of
second
us
that.
want to go, we pay.
Okay,
So I
I'll
propose.
second that. All those in favour, aye? Come on, Keith, what name?
No, I've already put my originals.
So you want to pay? Why not? You got no money.
You vote how you want, Stuart.
Yeah, then you-
Okay, let's get on with the agenda. Item 24 is to be put forward by a councillor again. Memorial bench, proposal to put forward to place a bench on Wetley Rocks Playfield with a plaque in memory of Councillor Malcolm Cunningham. Proposal to obtain
Come
place
egg.
to place the bench in memory of Malcolm Cunningham. I think this is quite straightforward, so I'm not
I
going
would
to propose that.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a wonderful thing, even if it's only for Wetley Rocks. I realise it's not the Cheddleton, but
Wetley Rocks Village Hall have proposed the
Getting
same.
that place.
Oh, have they?
I'm really shocked.
Wetley Rocks Village Hall have proposed the same. So it's going to have to.
Wants a second that.
I'll say.
It's wonderful.
I think she might need
And
emailing.
Okay, internal audit. So in I'm not gonna lie, this is a exercise. We have to have this as agenda item, which is to confirm the internal auditor for this financial year will be Kim Squires, who is a competent professional and independent of the council. So we've provisionally got the date of the 30th of April for the internal audit. So is anyone okay to propose that? Yep.
I'll second it.
She had enough.
Show of hands.
And it's gone.
Number 26, solar update.
Another one is the support months.
Now, as a con, I've looked in the file regarding the solar panels, and I'll be quite honest, because of when the quotes were taken, one, the quotes weren't like for like, and secondly, there's been major progress in the batteries since the quotes have been done. I can't see that funding was approved anywhere. I think, unfortunately, with the quotes and that, we would have to go back to the drawing board. For example, the only quote that did hold batteries as on it, because the other two didn't, which is why they're not like the batteries are actually worse than the batteries that I've got at my own house. So we definitely need to look at that because batteries do make the difference with solar.
Massive.
I've worked with solar on a whole theatre and in my own house, so I wouldn't say I'm a full expert, but I do understand about solar. I think we need to look at the funding as well. We don't have that much in general reserves, we don't have an earmarked reserve for solar. So as much as yes, solar's gone, we need to look at this a bit further, I believe. Also, with solar, one thing that I had at the theatre was the checking of the solar. We need to consider that as well. This is a massive fire risk. For example, I walked past the solar the one day and I could hear a weird humming sound, and just from my knowledge, I knew it wasn't right, it didn't sound correct. I opened up the casing and the plastic was burning, and I shut it down immediately and called the solar company, who came out and said basically if we didn't shut it down, it would have been an explosion. So if there's not someone regularly on this site checking it, it could be a potential hazard, and we need someone that knows what they're looking out for, really. I'm just thinking, because this site isn't overly used to its full potential at the minute, we need to make that as a consideration when we're making a decision. I'm not against solar, please don't get me wrong, because I wouldn't have it in my own house, but yeah, we need to look at the return, we need to look at how we use our surplus energy. So you can send it back to the grid if you have an MCS certificate. So we need to make sure we have that, because some businesses, they'll, and like at Rougeley, they don't have a certificate, which makes getting a contract to send it back to the grid really hard and very expensive. Industrial contracts as well, which is what this is, would mean that it would take years to, when you've paid for your contract for it to be exported back, it'll take years to make any money back, because you're only making a couple of £100 a year back. So a lot of companies look at getting funding to get EV points put into the car park, and you charge people for using the EV points, and sometimes they're getting it from solar, so we make a lot more income. Sometimes, obviously, we don't have enough, but you'd make the charge higher than our electric rate. So I think this potentially needs a separate meeting discussion, because there's a lot more thought that needs to happen.
Sorry to interrupt. Actually, it was already gone through, the minister meeting, you can check them again, or if you don't, I will show you. You're right what you're saying to me at the moment, or because money was allocated, because we have the funds. Then we have the funds, then we arrange, somebody could give us and we are playing field, 60,000 or 70,000. same thing we have another grant or something. But this is what I would look at in the future, because if you remember what, previously one or three councillors wanted some, I mean, some selling people selling the cars, you know. We've done that, but it was everything gone through, but unfortunately we couldn't go through it. We got a planning commission for it as well, but somebody did remind me about it was you know, you got a planning commission, I got the planning commission, I paid over it in my own money.
That he lied on. Planning permission, he lied on.
So really, truthfully, I don't know what the problem is in this one, because I'm not American.
So you said the proposal was over 6 months ago, so it needs to be brought back to council, so we can't go through on a proposal that far back.
No, it's all right, but what you're saying is, no, we can't do anything, because a lot of things that we're talking mainly on for funds, right? And we're gonna do a hell of a lot before we start spending money. That's why I was asking, you know, the police have been more, but obviously we were 3 people there and they helped. So much you sure, yes.
I mean, from what we've heard tonight, from the clerk's past experience and the inaccuracy of like-for-like quotes, the technology that has changed, I too am not against solar. I'm very concerned about the dangers, so having good fire alarms is probably quite beneficial.
Yeah.
But what I do think we should just put 6 months, as the clerk has already mentioned, let's start afresh and let's start from scratch with this as a project for proper, diligent consideration.
I'll come back to you, I'm just going to go in the order that hands went up. Councillor.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, Councillor Barry.
This might sound a bit simple. Which site are we actually talking about? Is it this site here?
Yeah.
Well, we had a proposal tonight of one of the, or a mention of one of the residents.
Public.
And I thought it was actually quite a good thing she said about it. So we've never thought about that. We never discussed that. Have we?
No, you did. You had permission for it to be south
Yeah,
facing.
we hadn't actually sort of, your proposal tonight saying it didn't look very good in the village. We haven't actually thought about that. So.
No, you had, because that was your original
Oh,
proposal.
we did have.
Yeah, but,
And then you changed it so that it became an eyesore.
They didn't change it, the council,
No.
delegated.
the one that you said tonight?
No, NMA did it.
Councillor.
Yeah, I just think we've already got bill laying guarantees.
Yeah.
It's probably going to take a number of years before we see any profit on that. So I think it's ridiculous really that we take on a solar panel project that's going to take a number of years before it actually starts to make any profit. We're already strapped with the budget. We've got we'll have 2 big projects going on there that we ain't going to see a return on for at least a number of years. So what are the residents getting for this? Apart from potentially putting solar panels on a pitched roof
That we don't want.
that sort of like blights the conservation area and sets a precedence to other residents to
Oh, thank you.
put forward their own solar panel project as well. So I'm totally against this.
Thank you.
We've got on
Also, I would have thought the company that gave the quote and for do the actual work, they know better than anyone where they were best sited. And if it's a northeast route as opposed to a southerly, then the northeast is definitely the wrong choice. Why did they?
Because it was easier. Because it was easy.
Sorry?
Cost me. It's cost. Cost.
Can I interject? Because at the meeting, what actually happened was that the survey of the flat roof, where they were supposed to be put, which was south facing, was not structurally strong enough and would need a lot more work on it to support the panels, which is why a planning application was put to put them on the sloping roof and a less effective sun capture spot, northeast. But we had that at a meeting, not necessarily here, it might have been at Wetler Rocks.
September.
It
Yeah.
was, the flat roof was where they were supposed to be going on the slight little tilt, which would have been inoffensive, and then things changed because that wasn't structurally sound.
Can't we just simply send this back then to the committee that deals with it and ask them to relook at it?
No one stands up.
But we are the committee that deals with it.
I would advise that because of how much budget this would take,
Mm.
that it can't be delegated to the committee.
That's right.
We're at the time, if I'm not mistaken, we're looking for getting funding for that. Weren't we? Wasn't our money, was it?
There was a lot of emails
And it was all about
asking
funding.
where funding would come from,
Yeah, but
but
We haven't
no
had funding.
applications actually that I can see.
that was what it sold to the council, because we're using our money, we're getting money from funding. If I remember right, it's going back a long time now.
So
If I
shall we move
remember
forward?
right, it was about funding money.
Shall we make a progress?
Either
Shall we
delay it for
move forward
3
and say,
months or
shall we
6
delay?
months and come back to it.
Yeah, come back to this
Shall
again.
we make
It's
a
certainly not
progress?
going away.
Well, just make one comment related about conservation. We've got a conservation officer at Cheddleton. So I can't believe she's allowed something that would look.
Can I add to that? Because I've spoken to the conservation officer. It was because it went through as an NMA delegated decision. I went to the conservation officer who sent it to planning, and they've gone on the basis, well, you got it through as it's a small amendment. That is not a small amendment.
I think you're right.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
That's what I
you.
was trying to say.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
As
Very good point.
the
yeah.
discussions go in,
And the NMA lied. They lied.
move on now, okay, everyone? So,
Can I propose that it gets left for at least a 3-month period and we come back to it?
It looks terrible. When you look at the pictures, the NMA decision was done, approved without a site visit. He didn't think it was necessary.
If you're doing that, you might as well pack some bags up.
Shall we vote?
He said, if you're not going to do it, pack bags up and go home.
No, we said 3 months.
Well, pack your bags.
6 months.
I'll
I'll second that.
2 years, eh?
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah,
25 years.
yeah, yeah.
okay, can we get some order in the room? So, I just need to, we need to
better
move on
one.
with this agenda. So, we've got a proposal and a seconder for 6 months. We'll have a show of hands. If it's not a quorum vote, then we'll reopen it for a different proposal. So, show of hands, we'll delay it for 6 months and then it'll be brought to the table to discuss what we want to do.
Let's go.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Item 27, date of the next meeting. The date of the next meeting will be Tuesday the 24th of March 2026 at 7:30 and that's here. And then exclusion of the public. The public to be excluded is the likely investigator and remote information as defined in public bodies admissions meetings at 1960 section 2. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Questions. I hope I've answered them as best as I can. Sorry if I've answered them all. Please email me anything you need. Just bear with me on while I try to do it.